So you can see the visuals on the screen. The guests have arrived. So the Welfare College has organized a special welcome to the guests today. The plan చేశారు. So I hope it will be good. So without any further delay,
churches and ministries across the globe. Here, we bring you inspiring moments, impactful messages, and behind-the-scene highlights from the body of Christ, keeping you informed, uplifted, and connected. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications, as you never miss moments of what God is doing around the world.
Thank you very much. Chairman, principal, members of staff, students and scholars. It's a great pleasure for me to be with you at this celebration of 100 years of this university, from 1926 to 2026. As we've heard already, it's good to have purpose in life. Purpose, direction. When you have a purpose, you have a goal that you want to reach. That goal you can only reach if you have some qualities of life. There must be a desire to start with. You have a goal, you have a desire, then you have a decision. You make up your mind and you say, that is where I am going. Number one is the desire. Without desire, nothing happens. But desire alone will not make it. You must have a decision. From that decision, you move on, and then you must have determination. Because challenges will come, difficulties will arise, but with that determination, one day at a time, 1 month at a time, and one event at a time, whatever the discouragement, whatever the challenge, I determine that this is where I am going. Then we have diligence. You're diligent in what you do. You do not do anything half-heartedly, but with all your heart, with all your might, you pursue what you want to do. And I'm now going to look at something very simple as illustration for you and for me. I'm talking to you on salient practical wisdom from the ants. Those ants are those little feeble insects. And these insects will learn a lot from them. A great wise man of the past said, let us consider the ants. And he says, they have no guide, they have no overseer, they have no ruler, they do not have any guide, yet they provide their grace, that is what they eat in the summer, and they gather their food in the harvest. Feeble they are, yet these ants, though feeble, they provide all they need by themselves. The ants, everyone has seen an ant before. Then you see all those ants, you see how they work, you see how they move, and we learn a lot from them. Remember, you have a goal. Remember, you have a purpose. And remember, you must have the desire, you must have the decision, you must have the determination, you must have the diligence. And all this we learn from the ants. There are different kinds of schools. Number one, there is the school of letters. Over here, you learn in the school of letters. But now, we're learning from the school of life. As you look at the ants, and you look at the things they do, then you're able to say in life, this is what I learned. And we need to combine the two. What if I learn all the mathematics and all about electronics and engineering, but I do not learn how to have a good attitude? I do not learn how to have gratitude. If I do not learn in the school of life, the school of letters alone is not enough to make me or to make you the man, the woman you ought to be. That's why we're looking at the ants. And I'm taking the letters of the word ant. A-N-T-S. What's A? Abiding, anticipation, with foresight. Those ants, the little, they have foresight, they have anticipation, and they have abiding, continuing anticipation with foresight. You know, in your life, you must have that kind of anticipation. That gets you back to the goal again. I anticipate. I am desiring. I am moving forward. And you have that anticipation abiding every time. Now, we have the next letter is N. And that letter N tells us about the noticeable networking for the future. Those ants, you never see an ant doing whatever it wants to do all alone. They join together, they network together, they combine together to carry every load, everything they want to do. Noticeable networking for the future. And then I come to the letter T. As you look at the ants, they have tough-minded tenacity despite feebleness. Yes, they know they're feeble. And they know that any little pressure could kill them, destroy them. Yet, they have this tough-minded. It is not what you look like on the outside. It's what is inside you. Tenacity, tough-mindedness. That you say, this is what I will do. It's like maybe you're swimming, and then in the middle of the river, you are getting tired, you are getting weak, and then you say, one stroke more, one step more. And you're tenacious, and you keep on doing what you want to do. That is what gives us success in life. And now, S, we have sustainable strategy with fortitude. Fortitude is courage. Fortitude is boldness. Although the ants are little, they are small, they fear nothing. They do not fear the work they want to do. They do not fear the responsibility, and they do not fear anything. And they remain with boldness and fortitude, and they sustain that. And their strategy, what they are planning to do, they keep on doing. They don't change from day to day. They do not change from situation to situation. The ants have sustainable strategy with fortitude. Let me go back to A, the letter A. That means the abiding anticipation with foresight. Foresight. When you read the story of other people, you read the story of those who have succeeded in life, then you say, I can be like that. I can do that. That's the advantage of reading biographies of people. But then you have foresight. When we talk of sight, there is sight. That is what I see. There is insight. What is inside me? I have understanding. Sight, insight, foresight. You have the foresight, and you say, I'll get there, I'll do that. Everything I need to have, I will have, so that I will reach where I want to reach. When we say abiding anticipation, with foresight, there are 3 things I want to tell you there. Number 1, acceptance of responsibility. You see those ants, the responsibility is given to them. They accept. The ants don't say, no, I don't want to carry that. No, I don't want to build that. Responsibility that comes to them, they just accept. That's what we learn from the ants. In your life, responsibility comes upon you, and you accept that, and it is what helps you to be able to move on. A person does not accept responsibility is termed irresponsible. Irresponsible. You see, he doesn't want to do anything, and he doesn't want to be responsible or accountable. But the one who is going to make it in life, number 1, the acceptance of responsibility. I'm looking at number 2 here. Number 2 is activity with resilience. Activity with resilience. Have you watched the ants before? The ants are going this way because they have a goal, they have a peak, they have their deal where they want to reach, and there is an obstacle there. They do not fight the obstacle. They do not fight the hindrance. They move around and still go their way. And that's what we need to do in life. You're resilient. Whatever comes on you will bounce back. And whatever you might confront, if there's a mountain there, there's a river there, there's an obstacle there, you move around, you're resilient. You never give in to discouragement, and you do not stop there crying, I wish things were better. Well, this is the way it is. I wish the world were different. No, the world is not different, and the world is not going to change because of you. But you go on because you are resilient. Number 3 there is advancing towards realization. Advancing towards realization. You see those eyes, they keep on moving and moving, and their mind, their eyes, their intelligence, the little intelligence or instinct they have will be going on and on and on, advancing. Every day will contribute. If you're a student, if you're studying, you make sure I do something today, I study something today, I read something today that will move me on towards the realization. Actually, when you're coming to the college, when you come to the university, you say, when I come to the final exam, this is what I want to achieve. And you want to move on every day, so that you will realize what you're put down. That is A. I'm going to the next letter now, which is N. N for the ants we see. The noticeable networking for the future. Noticeable. Everybody who looks at the ants will see that they have networking. It's very difficult to see an isolated ant just there, not doing anything. Generally, the ants, they move together, they work together, they plant together, they achieve together. Networking is noticeable in the life, in the activities of the ant. And they do that for the future. Even we human beings, if you want to wash your hands clean, you network. The right hand and the left hand will be washing together. That's how the hands are clean. It is networking. And when you are walking, do you see how you walk? You move right leg, left leg, on, and the hands are swinging in unity with the legs. There is networking. If you are driving, you're looking, you're hearing, and then your feet, they're also pressing something there, and your mind is always there. Every part of the body networking together to reach where we need to reach. And when it comes to the future, it comes to your employment, it comes to your profession, comes to your activity, we network together, and that's what we learn from the ants. While studying, you're studying with others, your own department, a partner, a colleague, you're studying together, and networking is noticeable if we're going to reach the future. Look at our country. Our country will have this department and that ministry, and they're all working together, and the ants have this kind of networking so that we can reach the future. Under this, I talk about three things. Number one is the advantage of networking. Advantage of networking. What you know, I may not know. What I know, you may not know. And two are better than one. And three are better than two. And as we all come together, we do more than any one individual could have done. Networking is advantageous. Look at number two there. Number two is the absence of negligence. What I need to do today, I mustn't neglect. The absence of negligence. I must count one before I count two. I must do elementary before I do the advanced. I must do the basic before I go higher. I must sometimes have remedial learning. What's remedial learning? I should have learned that. Now they want me to learn this, but I need the basic knowledge. I go back to the basic knowledge. Anything I've neglected in the past, I bring on board, and it is that makes you eventually to succeed. Look at your life. Is there anything you are neglecting? Is there anything you are overlooking? In the ants, we'll see them. There must not be negligence in our lives. Sometimes a little thing that we have neglected, overlooked, may hinder us from achieving what we ought to achieve. Number three here is the acknowledgement of nothingness. Well, you see that an ant alone is almost like nothing, can achieve nothing by itself. Yes, even though the little ant may acknowledge nothingness, yet it says together, we are going to do it. And that gives you the meaning of a team working together, networking and team together. T-E-A-M, together. Everybody achieves more. That's a team. As we come together and we live together and we labor and work together, we achieve more. That brings me to the next letter now, which is T. T is tough-minded tenacity despite feebleness. It's not what you look on the outside. It's not how weak or strong you are on the outside. It is what you are on the inside, that you have tough-minded tenacity. That means you're always at it. Look at somebody playing the keyboard in music. Well, he takes the first lesson. He has difficulty. He practices the keyboard with the right hand, and then he brings the left hand in and practices the keyboard. But now he must join two hands together and play both with the right and the left. Now he must look at the note he's playing, coordinating everything. And now they say, the coach, the teacher says, Don't just look at the notes, look at the audience. Now, to coordinate all that, it takes a top-minded tenacity just going on. And it is not enough to just play with right hand and left hand and then look at the notes and look at the congregation, look at the audience. You must also demonstrate. You must put life into the music you play. All that will require top-minded tenacity. And that brings me back to the point you desire. That is what I want to be. And then you decide it must happen. And then you go, there is determination, there is diligence, and you are tenacious about what you do. The tough-minded tenacity. Somebody has said that when situations are tough, it's a tough mind that will pull you through, that will dig through and tunnel through every difficulty. Now, as we're talking about top-minded tenacity, despite feebleness, let's look at three things. Number one, top-minded though little. Top-minded though little. It's not your height, it's not your size, it's not your physical limitation. In the mind. Success is in the mind. It's not in the hand. It's the mind that pushes the hand to do what it does. Success or movement or progress is not in the legs, it's the mind. It's what's in your mind that makes your legs to move. And what you see, what you do, what you plan, everything is from the mind. She is tough-minded, though little. And the next thing there is tenacious in labor. Tenacious in labor. For young people, we can be tenacious in play. We can be tenacious in some things that are not the final, the essential thing in our lives. But when it comes to labor, the things you do, and you're tenacious there, and you start, and you go on, and you move on, in tenacity, that is what gives you success. Now, number three here is toiling throughout life. I've not seen any ant that retires. They just go on and on and on. And that's what we need to have in life. That you're contributing something to your family throughout your life. You're contributing something to the country throughout your life. You are a plus and you are a contributor. You're not just taking and taking and taking, but you're giving something to the nation. You are toiling, you are travailing throughout life. That brings me now to the last letter, which is S. S is sustainable strategy with fortitude. Sustainable strategy with fortitude. You are bold. You're not bold in a negative manner. You're not bold to oppress other people. You're bold to say, I have a contribution. I can do something. And you boldly, with fortitude, do that in a sustainable way. Look at three things. Number one is contented with serving. You see, I'm happy, but other people want to sit down so that others will come and serve them. But you say, no, I am contented with serving. That's what we learn from the ants. Those ants, they're happy, they're contented with serving. Look at the next one there, is consistent in service. You're serving and you're consistent in that service. It is, somebody who does something haphazardly. He does it now, he doesn't do it tomorrow. He does it this week, he doesn't do it next week. He does it this month, he does not do it next month. He will not be a person that is proficient, a person that comes to master what he does. It is the consistency in service that helps to make sure that you get it eventually and you become a master of what you do consistently. And the final thing there is conspicuous though selfless. We're talking about the ants. They are little yet they become conspicuous in the knowledge we're learning how to live. And we're learning something from them because they are conspicuous, yet in being conspicuous, they are selfless. Let's bring everything to a conclusion. In the conclusion, I'm talking on A-N-T-S. A, aptitude plus attitude equals altitude. Now, in life, there is constant and there is variable. The constant there is aptitude. My IQ, I cannot change that. Intelligence quotient, I cannot change that. Aptitude, that's constant. You brought that into the world. Your DNA already knows that that's registered. This is the aptitude. What changes is attitude. Attitude. If you have negative attitude, your aptitude will not achieve much. If you have a lousy attitude, your aptitude will not do much. But it is the combination of aptitude and attitude that brings altitude, which tells of the height you reach. And nature plus nurture equals nobility. Nature, that's constant. You cannot change the nature. Even in the field that we have, the field, we cannot change that. The land, we cannot change that. The sea, we cannot change that. That is nature. But what we can do is to nurture. It is as we nurture, we build up. That's how a country becomes noble. That's how a person becomes noble. Nature plus nurture equals nobility. In your personal life, you have something natural. And when you develop that and you nurture it, you become noble. And now we look at T. T, talent plus tenacity equals triumph. Talent, I cannot change that. That is constant. But tenacity is what I bring in. That's the variable. The constant plus the variable equals the final outcome. And so I have talent and I join tenacity. I say, I'll do something in life. I'll make something in life. I'll become something in life. My tenacity together with my talent will grant me triumph. S is selflessness plus service. Selflessness. You have a good attitude, selfless. You want to serve. You want to be a contributor to the progress of the nation. Selflessness. But then you join service. And it is the selflessness plus the service that makes you are not only successful, but you become significant. Many people, they're aiming at success, but there's something that goes beyond success, that's significant, so that when the history books are written, when the story is finally told, your name, your contribution comes in the book of records that he was significant in the home, in the family, significant in the profession, significant in his contribution to the well-being of his city, significant in the nation. And that is what we learn from the ants. Once again, consider the ants and learn from them. They give us lessons in the school of life. And as you do that and you follow through, yourself will see that you have help, you have hope, and you have achievement in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kumuyi, a visionary leader, global speaker, founder and chancellor of Anchor University. This is a from the principal and faculty and students of Welfare Institute of Management. I would like to read to the students what it is written here. It is with immense pride and profound honor that we felicitate Dr. W.F Kumuyi, an illustrious educationalist, globally revered speaker, and a distinguished thought leader on the occasion of his esteemed visit. Born on 6th June 1941, in Nigeria, Dr. Kumuyi's life is a remarkable testament to excellence, discipline, and unwavering commitment to knowledge. A brilliant scholar, he completed his schooling at Mayflower School, Nigeria, and went on to achieve a first-class honors degree in mathematics from the University of Ibadan, graduating as the best student of his cohort. He further enriched his academic pursuits with postgraduate studies in education at the University of Lagos. Dr. Kumuyi's academic journey is marked by intellectual distinction and scholarly rigor. As a lecturer in the Department of Mathematics at the University of Lagos, he contributed significantly to the field of pure mathematics, particularly in complex variables, inspiring generation of students through his passion for teaching and research. A visionary architect of modern education, Dr. Kumuyi has left an indelible imprint beyond academia. As the founder and chancellor of Anchor University Lagos, he has nurtured an institution committed to the ideas of character, competence, and courage. His pioneering efforts have transferred the university into a center of academia excellence and moral integrity. His educational vision further extends through the establishment of Deeper Life High School, a distinguished network of institutions across Nigeria and beyond. Renowned for producing top-ranking students, these schools exemplify his total child philosophy, integrating academic brilliance with strong ethical values. Dr. Kumuyi's global influence transcends borders. Through extensive international engagements and large-scale outreach initiatives, he has impacted millions promoting education, leadership, discipline, and community development worldwide. A prolific author, his writings on personal growth, leadership, and disciplined living continue to inspire readers across cultures and generations. His exceptional contributions have earned him global recognition, including being listed among the 500 most powerful people on the planet by Foreign Policy magazine in 2013. He has also been conferred with an honorary doctorate by the University of Abuja and has received numerous lifetime achievements awards in recognition of his service to humanity and global peace. A man of simplicity, integrity, and deep commitment to service, Dr. Kumuyi exemplifies the highest ideals of leadership and scholarship. His life continues to inspire countless individuals to pursue excellence with purpose and humility. We are deeply privileged and honored by your gracious presence. Your extraordinary contributions to education, leadership, and humanity remain a beacon of inspiration for generations to come. With highest regards, principal, faculty, and students, Welfare Institute of Science, Technology, and Management. So this is the felicitation that we'd like to give. So I'd request Anusha Madam and the principal, Dr. Joshua Garu, to present this. So before that, I request, as an Indian tradition, we respect the guest with a shawl. So I request both Dr. and Mrs. Dr. W.F Kumuyi. Thank you so much for being a part of this and the felicitation. We also have the memento. I request Anusha ma'am to please give away the memento as well. And I would request Dr. Joshua sir to give away the certificate. Kindly open that, sir. So shall we give a big round of applause for the wonderful speech that we heard today? So please collect the overall championship. And also the captain of the throw ball and the captain of the cricket team, please come. Cricket team. Right. Captain of the cricket team, EC department, and throw ball winning captain.
Breakfast fruits.
Okay. So thank you so much. Shall we all give a big round of applause? Thank you so much on behalf of Welfare Engineering College for coming and giving us good words for us. Thank you so much, sir.